stuff where you require multiple signatures is something I want to innovate. And I think it's actually a really valuable part of this application that some people here believe won't be used by regular users, maybe only companies and bigger entities, but it's still valuable in the sense that there are, regardless of regular users are storing lots of Bitcoins or not, there still needs to be the tools to engage in security for people who do have the resources. And what does the attack surface look like? And I can tell you the attack surface of coins that are controlled by private keys that have never touched the internet is a whole order, removes a whole class of attacks that would otherwise be employed. And the multi-signature stuff is extremely powerful because the way I think of it is attacks of opportunity versus targeted attacks. That when you have a single point of failure, for instance, you print a backup of your wallet and you keep a copy at home in your safe deposit deposit box, you can have someone break into your house and just by chance happen to steal that piece of information, or someone snooping somehow on your safe deposit box.
Or subpoena to a bank manager.
Or something. Right. That single point of failure is really concerning to some people. And by raising the bar and saying you need two pieces, you've now raised the bar to having someone have to actually target you in order to steal, in order to execute this attack. They can't just stumble on it. They have to actually make the decision that they're going to attack all the different pieces of your security infrastructure.
Yeah, and so I think about security in this way. I'm with Alan, I would say in general, in terms of it needs to be secure against loss and theft. And often the security trade-offs you make, you're balancing that, right? So you have a 2 of 2 key splitting solution, and your friend loses the half you gave them. That is bad. So on the flip side, you've got 2 of 3, and your 2 friends hate you. That is bad too. So those are trade-offs that and maybe I'll explain the CoinHarvest solution just for a second because I like it. And Dan will crush it, and I will feel happy. So we hit up so we have a paper storage solution that's never touched the internet. Our customers' storage addresses are kept in a high-quality bank safe, which is dual entry, and there are only 2 employees at CoinLab that have access, and they'd like me to be there to open it up.
We can't run the same plan?
Yes, we do have rules like that, yeah. And so when we use like quantum randomness generators to make the private keys and dump them in the safe. They're printed in a printer that never touched the internet, placed in tamper-evident envelopes and put in the safe, right? And then customers can just get a storage address they can just send into and then a fee address to pay the fee for storage. I like that. I use that for some of my clients. CoinHarvest likes it. Maybe we should wait for questions for a second until Victor says it. But I think that we ask our customers to make a bunch of trade-offs to engage that system. On the one hand, it's once you trust the process and if you trust what I described, fine. It's really easy to send coins to safe storage. We'll validate who you are when we want them out. A bank manager can't take it. We'll know if anyone tries to get in. On the other hand, you're trusting a company, you've got counterparty risk of CoinHarvest. Now, when we looked, Alan and I talked for some time about this. I like Alan, but I didn't trust a huge code base that I couldn't understand. Ours was a large code base, so we sat down and internally wrote a very small code base to do this. And I think, I can read every line of that code, and I know that it works, and I've tested it. And so when you start getting paranoid, you come down to that level. I just think we're going to have people who can do that and be comfortable, like Dan here, and then we're going to have others who are going to have to go make some decision. I deal with high quality insurance on top of it.
Yep. That's someone else.
Yeah. Trust the bank. Bitcoiners, trust your banks.
Security loves making fragile systems. We really do. I come from the information security community, and we're all about the first thing your system should do is be secure. And then in your off time, run your business. Yeah. The really hard thing about a lot of the security solutions that you can imagine is that they just lead to stuff that breaks all the time. And that's not actually okay. We just saw the Iron Man 3 movie. Totally. One of my favorite things about Iron Man 3 is at the beginning of the movie, you know, they happy go basically making all these security demands. Where's your badge? Where's your this? Where's your that? Everyone is sick and tired of this shit. No one knows how to stand up to security. I know how to stand up to security. I'm doing it. So I want to be clear. It is absolutely critical we get this wallet situation under control. The security of wallets is an externality to Bitcoin. The currency exchange and translation to other currencies is an externality to Bitcoin. These are the weak points of the system. However, as we fix these weak points, let's not be the assholes that we've been for the last 13 years of security, because let me tell you, no one wants to go through that crap again. So that's kind of our challenge. I had a really interesting conversation with someone about, you know, well, we can have a system where you have your wallet, but a third party validates the transaction. That way, you know, if your wallet is stolen, the third party just won't validate the transaction and you don't lose any money. Isn't that great? I'm like, yeah, but now you've got a wonderful regulatory point where your money can be frozen. Is that okay? No, that's not actually okay. So, you know, I guess the long and short of it is there's a lot of properties of Bitcoin about, you know, the fundamental value proposition of Bitcoin is no one can take your money away. The $20 bill in your wallet does not go dark for 48 hours because PayPal shot itself. That property needs to be maintained if we're going to maintain the value proposition of Bitcoin. And I want to be clear, I don't have a stake in this game. I'm just a hacker who's surprised they couldn't break the thing. But if Bitcoin's going to be valuable, we have to understand why it's valuable. It's valuable because it works. A lot of other things just don't. Let's not, absorb everything else's failures, eh?
Spoken like a true station. I think you're absolutely right. I think that when some people are going to make these trade-offs, though, that some people are going to make private systems and people are going to use them. So how do we deal with that? I think
Fair.
I think approaching that and making sure that people understand what they're giving up. Like if I put my money somewhere where it can be frozen, like I understand the trade-offs that like, okay, maybe it stops it from being stolen too, and maybe if I'm a big business that's already heavily regulated, that's fine. But if I'm, grandma, who's living off of it, I don't want, my gas to shut off.
Yeah, grandma's got it, like we asked the room before most of you are here, about a quarter of the room said they felt their storage solution could secure $1 million worth of coins, right? So even in this highly technical track, Dan does not have personal technical counterparty risk, like he's going to keep his Bitcoin safe, very safe. But a lot of people can't, right? And when you think what are the odds of losing coins, it's really, have you lost coins?
I haven't lost coins, but...
You haven't yet? I have.
How did you lose your coins?
I had 2 computers, and I was combining wallet files, and I was in the wrong terminal, and I executed a copy, and I shouldn't have.
So it's an interesting question. Are more coins lost because of theft, or are more coins lost because of accident? And let me tell you, at the end of the day, the lost is lost.
I know someone in this room has lost 50,000 coins. I think he's here.
Well, I would say on that specific topic, that's something that Armory is really helps, is that at least when you're managing your own coins with Armory, you can print off basically your wallet, keep it in a safe deposit box. Basically all the risks of losing hardware, all the risks of your house burning down, and losing your coins by overwriting your wallet files. And you would not believe how many emails I get from people who just simply forgot their passphrase to their wallet and their SOL. But yet, just a simple system where you can print off basically an SOL, this piece of paper that completely recovers your wallet, has saved so many people that trouble. And again, whether regular people are using our companies, there are ways to prevent that and prevent loss from just not sleeping enough and doing stupid things.
The thing is, humans have thousands of years of experience and probably a genetic predisposition to secure physical goods. Like we roughly get how that works to keep our shit safe, and we know